Hey, man. Am I driving okay?
I think we're parked, man.
Well, that wasn't in moderation.
Not exactly.
No.
That is
parked, man.
That is legendary. Cheek and Chong, I'm telling you. I mean, that is just legendary.
Only the best.
Only the best. It's nothing better. When you're tired and you want to see comedy like that, nothing puts you in a better mood. Oh my God.
But let's just look at it from a different perspective.
All right.
If they were real people and they weren't in a movie,
Then they would be dead.
They would be dead. The police would not like them very much, unless they were in Washington, obviously.
Well, even in Washington, there's a restriction in how much you can have at once.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel very strongly about marijuana and alcohol and all that stuff. I don't like it.
So, but wait, you just said you don't like it, but should it be illegal?
I feel like if it's legal, then less people will do it because it's not illegal.
So
People do it because, oh, we're going to be so bad and we're going to do weed. Like, that's kind of why they do it. And I know a lot of people that shouldn't be doing it, but do it. And kind of irks me because you shouldn't do it.
But like I said in the video,
right?
The people, if you allow it, then more people have access to it, and in turn, more children have access to it because some 21-year-old, that's the age limit for it, might have it in their medicine cabinet, and these kids might get addicted off of that.
Yeah, but you know, it's
Which is very serious. That's an issue.
Yeah, and you know, medical marijuana in particular, obviously it was legalized here in Massachusetts for the first time I got to vote. And so, but medical marijuana has proven to be seriously effective in helping for science and just medical, I guess, advances forward for a lot of diseases. And I feel like legalizing pot, first of all, there's nothing that's going to hurt you personally if you don't take marijuana. For instance, I have never had any marijuana. I can go off and say that.
That's
good. But I don't see anything wrong with allowing others to do it. It's going to be taxed, which is effective because it's going to bring in more money than compared to before for the government of Washington State and Colorado. And I think that's seriously important. And for those who complain about it, honestly, in my opinion, you know, I feel like it's not like this was a federal thing across the entire country. It's 2 states that are doing an experiment. Why not try it? I don't see what's wrong with that, personally. But, I mean, would you guys agree?
I see what you're saying. I am just a very stubborn person, and I have my opinions, and I don't like marijuana. And if it's going to be legalized, it's going to be legalized. I can't go up to the government in Massachusetts and say no, not happening, because that's not going to happen, obviously, because I virtually have no power. So if it's going to be a thing where it's like majority rule, then okay, it's going to happen.
Honestly, I think that it keeps a lot of people that shouldn't be in jail out of jail. Because you're putting these people who smoked a joint and got caught next to the same person who murdered 20 people.
Yeah.
And that, to me, seems very wrong. It's also clogging up our judicial system with those who shouldn't really be there.
Yeah, totally. And, you know, the thing is...
I will agree with that.
Yeah, and what adds to the problem is then because of things like that clogging of prisons, you got to build more prisons. Costs more money, right? Especially in the economy we have right now, not necessarily that effective. Also, then you have the idea of private prisons being ensued onto the people because of that, right? Because private insurers often have more money than we do right now. And the problem is that many of these private insurers, based on what Reputation is told, are horribly treating their prisoners. And not obviously these prisoners have mostly done bad things, broken the law, but there's also the point of not necessarily being the evil ones themselves. So, you know, like I said, it's just how I view it. I feel like you're letting these people go, not go to jail. It's going to affect the war on drugs because, of course,
Definitely.
which was championed by President Reagan back in the 80s. And honestly, based on statistics, it's proven to be a huge failure. And I feel like that because of stuff like that, that's why you see states now beginning to legalize it and see what happens then. I really think it's going to be a positive effect, personally. So,
I definitely don't think that, like you said, someone that smoked a joint, put them in jail. That's a little unreasonable if they're next to someone who committed some homicides. Like,
totally, yeah.
that's not right. There's a line that needs to be drawn, and if legalizing marijuana is that line, draw it.
Right, totally. So.